So, Bush, I think this morning what we're going to do, because it's going to be a little bit of a focus day, we've got a few things that I want to tie up today before tomorrow, because tomorrow we've got a little bit of well, not a little bit, but quite a detailed like goal plan for the next 14 days. This is what the new homepage looks like. So if you have multiple assistants, the multiple assistants show here in a tab, and then you can see like which assistants are live, when they were last updated, if you still need to connect a number, if you want to test, if you want to go to settings, or if you want to view the calls, you can see that. We've got analytics. So over here, you can see all the analytics. You can see campaign analytics, cost and return on investment, quality, operations, and then you can go between all your different days. And this refresh button now actually does work, which is great. The advanced setup look is almost the same. It just looks slightly more simple. So it's just like a little more basic, a little more simple. There's nothing fancy to it.
It looks complicated. I'm joking.
So call history now, we filter between widget. So if someone uses the widget, all the call logs from the widget will be there. So phone is basically someone calling in. Test is a test call, so you can see a test call, and then campaign is where it's a campaign phone call that went out. Real transcript of that actual phone call that's happened. So you can actually track the exact transcript of like what was said. On Stripe now, instead of that embedded checkout page, we've got like interpayment details. We've got 7 days free. So this now then shows them a little bit of a breakdown of that. Total after free trial.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that this trial thing is gonna get people hooked. Because
Oh,
like even when I'm on a yeah, even when I'm like looking at a platform and then if there's no trial, I'm not even gonna pay. I'm going.
We need to push this quickly. We've got competitors. They are going to start like encroaching on us. We do need to like stay ahead. So that's why I want to finish off on this today. I want to sign off on like a lot of stuff today. So it's going to be like an insane push. And I know I say that every Monday, but today really is going to be a push because I think we have all the missing pieces now before like the big wave hits. So, Bush, I think this morning what we're going to do, because it's going to be a little bit of a focus day, we've got a few things that I want to tie up today before tomorrow, because tomorrow we've got a little bit of well, not a little bit, but quite a detailed like goal plan for the next 14 days in terms of like what we're going to achieve. But before we get that in line, I want to make sure that we can get all of our focus right today in terms of what needs to happen in development and just cleaning that up. So what I think is important is I'm going to first show you a little bit of, have you had a look at the current dashboard and what's going on?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so let me show you what is currently going on. It's just you and I today. Bryce is
Korean.
MIA. Yeah, shame they're both MIA today.
Is this
All
also
right, I
going on
think it's
YouTube?
yeah, but like I don't even want to think of it going on YouTube. Like we must
Okay.
just like have the meeting as if it maybe is not going to go onto YouTube. Um, so Bush, have a look here, right? On the homepage, we've now got a little bit of like this is what the new homepage looks like. So if you have multiple assistants, the multiple assistants show here in a tab, and then you can see like which assistants are live, when they were last updated, if you still need to connect a number, if you want to test, if you want to go to settings, or if you want to view the calls, you can see that. We've got a little bit of like a tab over here where you can like quick see things as well as the embeddable voice widget, and then you've got a things to do, so things that you still need to essentially achieve if you haven't done that yet. The other thing is if you go into analytics, the analytics dashboard looks slightly different, so you can see overview, campaigns, quality, operations, etc. This is a fresh account, so it doesn't have any stats at the moment. Campaigns, let me actually log into an account where you can see all the stats. So you can actually, give me one sec. Okay, so let's do this. Boom. Okay, so obviously you can see here I have multiple agents. So you can see like Alex and then the other one. And then you can see my
But why
widget.
is there chat bubbles there though?
Because I needed to put something there. So this is just here so that you can see, it's Smart Alex Assistant or it's Alex.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it really is just like a cosmetic thing. And then
Okay.
if you are on a trial, you've got a little banner here that says your team is on a free trial. You're currently on a 7-day free trial on the Pro plan, ending on, and then the date it would end. And then you can obviously see over here what your thing is, and you can dismiss it and basically just have it gone. On the left here, you also have something saying what trial you're on, where you can go into billing, and then you can see that. I'm just going to take you from the top down. We've got analytics. So over here, you can see all the analytics. You can see campaign analytics, cost and return on investment, quality, operations, and then you can go between all your different days. And this refresh button now actually does work, which is great. The
Okay.
campaign section works as well. So campaigns isn't those big blocks anymore. It now looks like this. So as you click on it, it basically opens up all the campaign details. You can click on a card and then you can see the detail, the summary, etc. If you go into contacts, you can see all the contacts. You can inspect contact information. You can see all your batch imports over here. So you can see basically all of your batched imports. You can also see the do not call list, the active list, etc. You can upload contacts. That's also super simple. So you just click here to upload. And it looks very nice. The studio looks slightly different, so you can still add an agent, quick setup, and advanced setup. The advanced setup look is almost the same. It just looks slightly more simple. So it's just like a little more basic, a little more simple. There's nothing fancy to it. It does what it needs to do. You've got instructions. So how I've restructured this is you now have basics where you have your agent details, your phone number, your voice settings, and your delete agent. You then have instructions where you can add custom instructions that will change the objective and content. You've got tools. So this is what our tools look like. If you want to book appointments, you can't just turn it on without actually connecting something. So if you want to turn it on, it opens up this where you can connect it. Or if you want to transfer calls, it opens up that where you can connect it, and then send emails also brings up that where you can configure, change account, etc. You've got knowledge. The knowledge base looks like literally the simple now. So you can upload files, you can scrape a website, you can upload a sitemap. This is the exact functionality from the normal knowledge base that's just been brought into this now. Widget is also quite simple. You can customize it or you can install it. If you click install, you can install the code yourself or you can send it to a developer. If you install it yourself, it's like this. If you send it to a developer, I can put it in at bushshibe at the RCS group.co.za. And then Bush, just have a look at your inbox. And then you should see how simple that looks.
It looks complicated. I'm joking.
It's pretty simple, eh? So that
Yeah.
was quite nice. And then we've got leads. So the lead section also, when you have a lead come through, looks nice. If you click on test agent, you can click on start call, in which case, obviously, the transcript starts coming in, or you can make a phone call out. There's nothing new over there. The places where there's a lot of new stuff is particularly in the callback. So I'll show you that now. If we click on numbers, you can obviously buy a number. It's that simple. If you click on
I just saw
callbacks,
something now when you clicked on numbers and then it disappeared.
yeah,
It said
I saw
yellow.
that. Yeah, saying payment required. So it did like a check for
Oh,
payment, but we should actually probably not
okay.
show that flash. It should do the check a
Yeah.
little bit
I
quicker.
think first check and then don't show it by default. First check and then show it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just taking that down as a note. Okay, so then if we go into callbacks, so callbacks looks like this. It's pretty simple. You can click call, etc. The place where there's a lot of new stuff is in call history. So call history now we filter between widget. So if someone uses the widget, All the call logs from the widget will be there. From the phone call will be there. From phone call is obviously inbound, but not everyone understands inbound and outbound. So phone is basically someone calling in. Test is a test call, so you can see a test call, and then campaign is where you actually, it's a campaign phone call that went out. The great thing about this is if you click on a certain contact, so I'm going to go onto a certain contact, this is what comes up now. So you can now see the real transcript of that actual phone call that's happened. So you can actually track the exact transcript of like what was said. You can also go into insights, and this gets generated by Grok. So Grok tells us the sentiment, the lead score based on the transcript. So what was the next steps in the phone call, etc. This has the correct time now. This used to be the wrong time. It now gives us the correct time. And then details gives us a little bit more details. So from to call status, timeline, and then any technical details, duration, cost, and then obviously how many technical like messages there were. Then in terms of wallet, our wallet looks slightly different. It's got like a little bit of like a card over here. If you're on a trial, you can see your trial usage. And because users get a free quota every month in terms of usage, that will come up over here. In terms of transaction history, you can now see the full transaction history by going through here. If you go into, so that's wallet. If you go into settings, you can see personal information, organization settings, as well as permissions. Security, you can see password, account security, two-factor authentication. You can now do recovery codes. That reminds me, I need to make sure that this edge function is deployed. Edge function for recovery codes. Okay, super. In terms of billing, billing is where you'll see there's a lot of new stuff. So if you click on view plans here, for example, you can click on view plans. You can see professional, dental, or real estate. You can switch to a certain plan now, and you can see all the details for these plans. The other thing is then obviously privacy, export data, delete account, and that. And then in terms of notifications, it's also quite simple. So we've got that in account settings. Documentation, I'll show you what's new with that. We're using a platform called Mintlify. Mintlify is what all like development platforms use to like document all their stuff. It looks quite nicely. It looks very nice actually. So we've got that. I'm going to quickly log out, and I'm going to show you what the admin panel looks like. So if I go into sign in, Liam at thercsgroup.com. All right, let me quickly show you this. Oh, man.
Bryce is gonna come back and see so many changes.
I mean, that's what happens if you're not involved for 2 days. Things kind of just change really quickly. All right. Okay, so if we verify this now. Okay, so okay, wow, there's a little bit of a bug because there's so many agents. We need to make sure that like if you have a lot of agents, it doesn't, and if the name is really long, it handles that well. But you'll see the admin dashboard looks totally different now.
Yes,
That's what admin looks like now. So for an admin, this is what it would be like. You can click on users. You can see obviously user management. If you click on workspaces, you can see all the workspace management. If you click on costs, you can see basically all the cost tracking. So you can see provider costs, trial users, actual revenue, platform costs, real API data, software services. Bush, what I want you to do is whenever you like see or notice something or change something, this is like a really important dashboard for us. Also, anything in the admin section that you see we're not using, like strip or make sure that it is working. So whenever you add something, please make sure that it's tracked here correctly. In terms of tool usage, this is obviously Bush what you did. I haven't changed anything in regard to tool usage. It is exactly as it was. In terms of knowledge base usage, this is also as it was, just obviously with a a slightly different, like a very slightly different user interface. Content, emails. This is going to be interesting because over here it's shown me the email that was just sent to Bush. Now we're obviously going to have certain emails that are going to be sent, like when they sign up, when they're a trial user, reminders and stuff. We'll be able to track that over here. Email responder. This was something I worked on a while ago. I haven't removed it yet, but it will be interesting, and that obviously needs to be fixed. But it would be interesting and nice to actually see like email responses, and actually have something automatically respond to users' emails. Trend Pulse. This is basically just for SEO. So this constantly generates articles with our name in and just puts it out there on the internet for SEO. In terms of platform, we can obviously track requests, bugs, referrals. So referrals is as it was. AI config, leads vault. This is just where all the leads are. And then we've got legal docs where all the legal documents are as well. And yeah, then you obviously have demo mode here. So if you want to show the platform to someone, you can click on demo mode and then it hides everything. So basically, you can then go through the dashboard as if you were someone normal. Then if I log out here and I come into here, this is obviously looks like that. We've got pricing, so you can see professional, dental, and real estate. What you actually get, so instead of that like horizontal scroll, it looks like that, and then it goes straight into the footer. So we've decreased the amount of like links and stuff on here. In terms of free trial, if you go here and you click on real estate start free trial, and you type in that, it then analyzes your website, blah blah blah, processing. You'll see now how it looks. So this is fed in a UTM tracking parameter showing that I've chosen real estate and monthly. And what it should do when it gets to the end is it should show, okay, so there says Jeffrey's London, enable microphones, and we can do that, allow this time. And then I can obviously talk to Ava, or I can skip to see all the pricing plans. And then I can obviously see all the plans. This should have had the real estate automatically selected, but I'll select it in any case. You can then click on continue with real estate. I can then say Damien at thercs.com, whatever.
$3,000 a month.
3,000.
Yeah, why is it so much?
Because we currently have real estate clients that are paying that, and it would be unfair to now offer it at far less. And then we've got obviously the on Stripe now, instead of that embedded checkout page, we've got like interpayment details. We've got 7 days free. So this now then shows them a little bit of a breakdown of that total after free trial. If I go through this and I enter my card details and I start the free trial, it processes it.
Oh, so after 7 days, it's automatically going to deduct 3,000.
Correct.
Unless
so
they
it's
cancel
then processing. It's processed. It now says verify payment. I can then. Okay, so I've just gone through that.
Why does it say you were referred?
I think it's because my browser clicked on a referral link once upon a time.
Okay.
And it still has it in local cache. Okay, so over here it shows my assistant now. It should theoretically actually show that I am on trial, but I'm just working through a couple edge cases. So if you go on to settings and plans, it should show that I'm on dental, but for some reason right now it's not. And then if I go on to, so there's a little bit of tagging and just edge cases that need to happen there. And then if I click onto here and I go on to wallet, there should be a certain amount there, but this should actually have a certain amount of free minutes. So obviously just working through those couple of things. but yeah, that is how it looks now if you want to upgrade. And then yeah, documentation takes us to this link, which is this Mintlify app. This is currently not the latest version of Mintlify, because Mintlify also deploys to local. And this is currently taking us to the live one, which is getsmartalex.com/docs. So all of our documents is now managed through Mintlify. Bush, you'll recognize this interface quite well.
Mm.
Everyone else does as well because it's got good documentation features and functions. So that is exactly how that looks, and yeah, that's pretty much all the changes that have been made. It looks quite nice on dark as well. So you'll see if you go into dark mode, if you go into campaigns, or if you go into contacts or calls or whatever, it does look very nice. It's functional, and it's pretty much to the point. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I like it so much. I don't know, like so much changed. But yeah, it looks so
What do you
much
think?
better. Yeah, I think it's great.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Good. All
Yeah,
right. So I like that. Bush, obviously today. Oh gosh, that's something. Did you see that?
I know what happened.
I think it's because we're on dark mode. Can you see that? Hang on, let me refresh. When I sign in, it's not entering my details. At the check, it's entering it in like light mode.
Oh, the
Can you see that?
text.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it
yeah, I
wasn't like
noticed
that
that.
until I went into dark mode.
Oh, why is it asking with 2FA again?
I don't know. I haven't. Um,
That's strange.
it could be that I went into like a different that I went into a different user profile and then came back in. Do you think it
Oh,
could be
okay.
that?
Yeah, I think it's that.
You see, it was as soon as I did this theme light, as soon as I did this, it messed up some of the front end.
What is
Um,
that sparkles icon
which one?
above the settings? The
Oh,
sidebar.
that
This.
is your trial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't really like the sparkles icon. We'll clean that up eventually. And then
Sparkles.
you've obviously got your billing portal that takes you straight to Stripe. This is what your billing portal looks like in Stripe. So yeah, that's a little bit of that. Obviously today, let's just have like a quick discussion about what still needs to come into place. You're obviously working on the workspaces. How's that going?
Yeah, where do you share screen? Yeah, let me show you. I created AGI over the weekend. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so I just added these test cases. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I got them.
Yeah, so it's all of all of these cases I need to like. Some are working already, but I just need to go through all of these.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
new user can sign up without invite, and then they go to the trial. Because since we changed it to like a trial thing now, I just have to go through everything, make sure it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay. Super. All
today
right.
I'm a quality assurance engineer.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get the workspace going. Um, I think what you can do during today as well, while you're on the workspace, is if there are small minor things, just put it onto WhatsApp and just be like, I'm going to quickly fix this or I fix this. Because there are like Stripe, I'm going to make sure Stripe is sorted, Stripe is working. There's a lot of edge cases you can imagine. There's like 1,000 edge cases with Stripe that you can work through.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm working through all of those as well. There's a few things that I want to sign off by the end of the day, which is that Stripe is working, Workspaces is working, all the current functionality of the agent is working. meaning any current functionality in terms of testing a call, making an outbound phone call, calls recording, calls capturing, connecting, all work we've previously done, we need to today sign off. So today, Bush, at 5:30, we're going to sign off on all that functionality. So where you get a chance to do a test and make sure that something is working and test if something is working, we need to make sure that we can get that done because yeah, at 5:30 today, I'd like to sign off on all of this, including
All right.
workspacing, including like small bugs here and there. I'd like to make sure that like all of that just works and functions super well.
All right.
Alrighty.
All righty.
So yeah, Bush. Other than that, is there anything from your side? Is there anything you noticed that is like lingering in your mind?
No, the only thing that's been lingering are testing all those edge cases.
Yeah, edge cases on
Yeah,
Workspace and edge cases on Stripe, which is
yeah,
pretty mad. Because
yeah.
it's like three major plans to test. There's annual. I created all
Mm,
the price IDs and stuff. In Stripe, I've set up the webhooks. I just need to like see why in certain instances it's not tagging. But another thing is, we are going to do a little bit of a cleanup this week. When you are working on something and you do see a database table, or you do see an edge function or a table that's redundant, please make note of it and delete it. But only if you are like 100% sure that it's not being used. Because yeah, this weekend I noticed like a lot of tables and stuff that like have irrelevant columns and irrelevant stuff, that we do need to try
mm,
and clean up as much as we can. All right.
yeah. Like I noticed that too. You have like so many columns, just null, 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 like irrelevant
Yes,
things.
which
Yeah,
is bad. So we
yeah.
need to have that fixed. Look, it's
I
problems all
created
come. Yeah.
Yeah, I created like a shortcut story, I think in December or November about tables having unused columns.
Mm.
But then we just
I'm,
never got to
I
it. We
mean,
were so busy. Yeah.
I mean, look, it's not a problem unique to us.
Mm,
It's a problem unique to basically every other company, software company on the planet.
mm.
But yeah, I'd like to, as much as possible, clean it up.
Yeah, I remember when I was in university, um, our databases professor, she used to talk to us about like planning the database and drawing the diagrams and all of that. And then only when you're happy with it, then you create a table for that. But we've just been going with this agile flow, creating on the go, adjusting. And I feel like that's
That's
a
it,
better
man.
approach. Yeah.
Far better, dude. And I'll tell you why it's better, because so many people spend so much time in strategy that
Mm,
when you actually start implementing, you realize that the implementation is so different to the planning, and then you end up changing a lot of things. You can never,
mm,
like Bush, you can't. Doesn't matter how smart you are, you can't design from day one our entire product architecture or even one database
mm,
table. Like you couldn't, in
yeah.
retrospect, gone back and planned that, right? So
Mm,
any planning you do is going to like waste time, so you might as well
yeah.
just in everything looks good on PowerPoint, right? But
Mm,
nothing, like everything on PowerPoint changes as soon as you actually start building. So like our
mm,
approach is build first and then document later.
yeah. Yeah,
All
also
right.
like she was also saying that the teams that use that approach, like waterfall approach where you plan thoroughly before executing, it's basically for like systems that need a very high level of security, like military systems or whatever, you know. That's
Yeah,
where like your planning needs to be.
but I mean, still, you can build it and then add security.
Yeah. Now I'm saying like that was like how they went about doing it back in the day before AI and all this rapid development tools and
Exactly
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
But it's things has changed so much. Like today you're a developer, you're a tester, you're a QA, you're all over.
Exactly. Claude Code has made you everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, but if you can get that workspace done as soon as possible,
Yeah.
um, uh, Will you be able to be done with it by the end of the day?
Um, I am 90% confident, but issues arise and need to be fixed. But yeah, I'm gonna push through it and see how far I can get. But I'm sure we
Okay.
can get it done by end of today. Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right. And then obviously in between, while you're working on edge cases and you're waiting for Claude to um, uh, like hypnotize or meander or whatever
Yeah,
whatever
usually
Claude
when
says.
Claude is busy responding, I open a new chat window and I fix whatever other
Yeah,
issues I come across. Yeah.
I do exactly the same. So please, if you can just work on interface, I'm gonna make sure Stripe is 100%. Bush, if you can, when you get like if you get 5 minutes to focus on something, start a phone call and speak to the assistant and test things like creating a lead, because every time I'm in Sandbox or I'm in the test environment and I say record me as a lead, it says like lead created, but then literally never actually adds the lead into the leads table. And whenever I
Okay.
test it with Bright, it seems to work. But when I do it, it never works, like ever works. So
Okay.
I have no idea why, but like it's those small things that if you can focus on would be great as well.
All right. Yeah, I'll look into that. I'm gonna be focused on the workspace and stuff. But if I like while Claude's responding, if I do get a chance, I'll look into it. I haven't worked on the leads before. Bryce has been mainly focused on that, so I have to
Mm.
familiarize myself with like how it works. And but I think with regards to leads, it's added by default to all the agents because I did add the lead tracking
No,
leads
it does.
to by default.
It does. It does show that the tool is executed, but then in the leads table, it
Mm.
doesn't actually show the lead.
Okay. All right. So it's probably some race condition or database writing operation that's happening.
Yeah, there's something like that, and it's something to do with local, because it works in local. No, also I tried it with a client and I noticed it didn't work. So yeah, there's something, but don't focus purely on that. Obviously, if you get a spare moment, just have a look.
Okay. All right. And
All
then
right.
like I wanted to ask the when the client's given 100 minutes on the trial plan, is that for web calls only?
No, for everything.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So basically, with trial, they get one phone number. They get 100 free minutes, and if you change plans, you lose. You don't like get another 300. So you can change plans in that 7 day window, but your limit stays to 100. And yeah, that's basically how that works. So for dental and for real estate, it's 300 minutes, and then for the professional, which is our basic normal $59 plan, that stays at 100 minutes.
Okay.
All right, but you can go to the
And it,
pricing tables. I'm quite sure the pricing tables are accurate, but we'll have to see.
all right.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm pretty
Um,
confident that this trial thing is gonna get people hooked because
oh,
like even when I'm on a yeah, it even when I'm like looking at a platform and then if there's no trial, I'm not even gonna pay. I'm going.
it's 1,000% that, Bush.
Yeah.
So literally, it's 100,000% that. So we just need to focus on, and that's why I want to sign off on this today, because we need to push this quickly. We've got competitors. They are going to start like encroaching on us. We do need to like stay ahead. So that's why I want to finish off on this today. I've got like a whole goal with timelines and a plan that I need us to focus on, but there's no point in that until we have this in place. So
All
yeah,
right.
we've got to we like I want to sign off on like a lot of stuff today. So it's going to be like an insane push. And I know I say that every Monday, but today really is going to be a push, because I think we have all the missing pieces now, before like the big wave hits.
All right.
All right. So Bush, I'm gonna chat to you later. And if you need anything, let me know. All right.
All right. Cheers, man.
Look at this kid. You're gonna be a fan favorite to you. All right. I'll chat to you later.
All right. Bye
Cheers,
bye.
Mosh. Cheers, man. Bye
Bye.
bye.